Alright, welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix General 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Okay, well, before we get back to code, let's see if there is anything we should merge here. Let's see. We probably shouldn't merge because Helmut has said that there is a replay that is mismatching. Oof, let's Poof. Which replay? This one. Copy link. Right. At QA tester, can you find out which build this was introduced with? You can download the artifacts from GitHub, GitHub to test against. Yeah, I think that's a task for QA. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I wanted to check here new cost so far. Let's see. New cost so far. New cost of outer block. Outer block. Which line is this? 7204. Here, this one. There are multiples that are not initialized. Oof. Maybe. Cost of is also here. You know, I wonder, let me see, how should it be? New cost so far. New cell cost so far. Yes. I think. Yeah, I think I said something. It's outside. Clear diameter, pass diameter. Clear diameter. Clear diameter. New cost so far. Cost so far, parents. New cost so far. Is this the same thing or not? What am I looking at here? Why is it looking the same? Why did he post twice the same? Ah. I see. Mm-hmm. So according to Thompson's, the correct fix is to so this one goes here, and then this one goes here. Seen in BFME. I suggest to wrap that fix in not retail compatible CSC and then apply the hack fix for then apply the hack fix for retake. Maybe we should also say which function it is exactly. Find ground path. Yeah. This one looks very familiar. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10, 14. Let me see if that matches the amount that I have, because I actually applied the same fix here in my local branch. It was here. This one. 14, yeah. That's 7, 11. That's 16, isn't it? 5, 9, 12, 16. So there's something missing. Let me count this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. This fix is missing 2 places. Fix minor. Probably stability. What is this? Fix bugs in comparison expression. Oof. Is the OB box class, is this function ever called on runtime? Does it pose mismatch risk? Extend basis or basis. I wonder. Yeah. Another way to fix it would be not not this equals source. fix minor. Is click. Okay, is click is useless test. Makes sense, yeah. So this is just a refactor. This is just, it doesn't change any behavior. He says it's a bug. Why? This is always true. I do not think this is a bug. The first expression, the Boolean is always true, so it simply does nothing. This looks like a refactor to me that changes no behavior. Refactor. Logical expression. If not player template or compare. Okay. What does he say? This is a bug because it may be accessed without checking null. Player template. If not player template or that. Yeah, let me search for this line. Player template, yeah. Unknown side. Compare no case. Oh, it's awful that it compares against strings. Yeah. Oh, and this even returns a string like this. Does it even build the string? No, it just returns. Okay, just reference counting. Okay, so. Yeah. So it's not that, and get base. The condition still doesn't make sense to me. Admittedly, this is a massive violation of data-driven design. Shame on me. Yes, shame. So the issue I see here, that this condition doesn't even make sense. Like the string can't be USA and China and GLA at the same time. It can be only one of these. So I think the condition should be, I think this is still incorrect. So I think it should be or not. So if not that, or not that. Correct. It's very hard to read this condition. Read this condition. Easier. How would we write it easy? Const bool is faction. Is side. Is known side. Hold on. Unknown side. Is known side. Player template and like that. And then unknown side equals now there's known side. Easier. And then what we can do is ASCII const ASCII string base side Like this. Base side, const spool is known side, player template, and base side is this or this or this. Unknown side, not is known side. Yeah, I think this would be much easier. It's very hard to read this condition. Yeah, let me proofread this one more time. So here this condition claims that if it's not a player template, or if this base site is USA and China and GLA, then it's an unknown site. But it's incorrect. So what that's, yeah. I wonder how this ever worked. Would this condition ever be false or true? Let me see. So let's say the player template is USA. Then what happens? We check that. It's not null. And then or that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to place a breakpoint in here and see what happens. It was written by Chris Moniz. Okay, let me compile this and run it. Oh, that didn't install. Yeah, there we go. So the player template is actually null. And then it says unknown site. Okay. Okay. Is it ever, let me put a breakpoint here, condition m unknown site equals false. False. Okay, that never happens. It's always unknown site. Okay. Because this always returns. But maybe it's only because it initialized here. What happens if we like, there we go. Unknown site false. So the player template is now USA. Yeah, USA. Because Yeah, so it's unknown. No, hold on, unknown site. Unknown site. Okay, so that's correct. USA, Chile, also correct. Huh? How does this work? I'm surprised. What? China. China. Mm-hmm. So the problem is, if it was fixed like that, though, then American Air Force General would be classified as unknown site. Yeah. Hmm. Side America. Get base side, base side. Play a template. M base side, USA. Ah. Ah, hold on. Okay, USA. Okay. So the subfactions, they also use USA, China, Chile. Okay. I'm surprised that it doesn't enter unknown site here. Right? How does that work? Why does this condition work? Am I stupid? Huh? Am I stupid? How can these three here be true? I don't understand. Ah, maybe it even... Nah. I don't understand how this works. Hold on. So this one is USA. Okay. China. China. Base site China. It's not an unknown site. I'm amazed that this works. So if we were to put here China 2, yeah, for testing. I'm really amazed that this condition apparently works. So let's remove that. So USA, Chile. Aha, China was skipped. China was skipped. Okay. So this condition somehow magically works. I don't understand how that works. How does this condition work? Why does it work? I'm amazed that this works. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. How does this work? I, I am shocked. I didn't expect that this would work. It somehow like how does it work that like it's a GLA string, but then how can this evaluate true? Because there's this USA thing here. Like the string has to be USA and China and GLA. How can that be? I don't understand how this can be true. I'm so confused by this condition. It reads incorrect, but it works on runtime. I'm so confused by the original condition. It reads incorrect, but it works on runtime. But it works correctly on runtime. I would have expected that it needs to be written like this. You know what? Let me ask ChatGPT about this. ChatGPT. I mean, he must know, right? So I have this code here. Doing things. I mean, on outside. It somehow works as expected. As expected. As expected, where the base side string must be one of the three strings. How does this work? How does this work? I have this C++ code here. I'm really surprised. The logic is a bit tricky at first glance, but it does work correctly due to how the Boolean expressions are structured. Let's break it down. Understanding. Yes. Compare no case returns 0. Right. 0 if the strings are equal. Right. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is checking that none of the three strings match. Right. All right. I totally forgot about this compare no case. Yeah, it returns 0 on success. Oh god. Right, when they match, I mean. Jesus. Non-zero when strings are unequal. So it's like inverted. Right. The string is not equal to any of these three. Right. Okay, let me look at this one more time. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If not player template or compare no case. Okay, so if we add here the way he has fixed it, does it work correctly? Let me see. Let's see. Looks like I'm just stupid. Yeah, probably I'm just stupid. I'm just stupid. Yeah. Let's see. Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. So USA, Chile, China, USA. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Observer. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, it's probably okay. No. Okay. Never mind what I just typed here. Never mind. Mm-hmm. Did he replicate it? This is only 0 hour then. Oh, it's only in 0 hour. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. But this essentially is also just a refactor. Doesn't change behavior. I tested this and the original works correctly. So this is just a refactor. Refactor. Minor. Also add a minor here. Can also fix bug. It says fix bug in the title. Fix. I would say refactor logical expression. And this is no bug because this is always true. And then it checks that or that, right? Let me test that. If we can test it. Oof, I don't know how to test this. Is click. How do we test that? I don't know. Let me see. C++ operator precedence. I think and is before or, right? And yeah, and is before or. So that means that these guys are evaluated first, and this is always true. So, and then this, and then basically this or this. And so it's the same result. It's the same result. Yeah, yeah. So I would say refactor logical expression. There we go. Proof. I see 4 files with the name. Okay, let me see. So it's not a game engine. Oh, it's a world builder. I see. Let's see. My mistake. I thought this was in-game engine. Okay. $300 America jet fighter. Okay, so this is a design minor. USA, China. Controversial. I'm not so sure about changing these from the air units. I don't know. We lowered it for the Burton because the Burton is like a really obvious one. The Burton has 500, but you know, like if Aurora can look far, like it's not weird that air units would have the furthest vision ranges, right? Like a helicopter. It's weird that the MiG can only see half as far as the Helix. But maybe that's to encourage mixing it with ground units, so that the MiG on its own is not as much of a visionary, right? I mean, the MiG is not the China MiG is not a useful unit. It's considered pretty useful, right? Yeah. Okay, what do we do next? I have here a pending change. For this. So let me search shell util. Okay, so. Okay, so how about we add a new function to the shell? Shell reset. What does that constructor do? Init, reset, scheme manager, init, init, reset, detach. Pop all screens. Pop all screens. Animate window manager. Okay. Okay, then how about we add a new function to the shell where we say so reset. Recreate. You probably should call it recreate windows. Recreate windows. Recreate screens. Recreate screens. Recreate screen. Get screen layout. Layout. Recreate window layouts. Void recreate window layouts. Show shell. They don't put it in a good order. Update, reset. Put it behind update. Okay, and then we take all this here. Recreate the shell. So we say, just reset the shell. Reset the screen stack. Then here we take this guy. remove all this. Then how about we rename it to refresh shell? Refresh shell. We'll recreate the shell. We'll recreate the window layouts in the shell. It's the same state. We'll recreate the window layouts in the shell. Currently works correctly in the main menu only. Okay, then here we call, what was it? Recreate window layouts. Okay, now I do wonder regarding the main menu here. I wonder if we should say let me put a breakpoint in here. Okay. Okay, so load. No, options. Options. Accept. So screen card is 1. Is it hidden? False. Main menu, W and D. I would say transition handler. Does the shell know about the transition handler? It does. Okay, it already uses it. Okay, that's fair enough then. Then how about we say here if Restore the screen stack. I think what we should do is we take this guy here. Now we keep it outside, so it's less of a hack. Keep it outside. So what we do is we take we do int screen counts equals TheShell get screen counts, yeah, and then we do int screen index 0 for screen index smaller than that plus plus screen index, and then we say if the shell gets screen layouts screen index window layouts then we say if layout gets file name if let me search for this file name thingy. Main menu WD. If layout get file name, if get file name dot compare no case that if null equals that break and layout is hidden, not is hidden, and only then we do this here. Reset the shell now. shell. I would say we add another function here. Show main menu buttons. And we put that in there as well. Show main menu buttons. There we go. Okay. How about we call it recreate UI? Recreate UI. Yeah. Maybe that's a better name. Recreate UI. Or GUI. Now we call it UI because the in-game UI is also called UI. Yeah, here. I think recreate UI is good. Is there no other function called like that? No, we are the only ones. Okay, I think that makes sense. Okay, let me put a breakpoint here. I think we should, this one needs to be different. We need to have if not layout is hidden. There we go. Do we need this comment then still? Don't think so. Okay. Okay, let's see. We still need to clean up the function in the shell class. There's still some dirt in there. Okay, let's see what works though. We go here, we press there. Okay, so now that should recreate. Yeah. Okay, let's just go to the end of that function. Okay, for some reason something happened. What happened? Huh. While screen count pop. And it doesn't exit. Huh? How's that possible? Pop top layout of the stack. Run the layout shutdown. That shutdown in turn notifies the shell when the shutdown is complete, and at that point we do the actual pop. What? Okay, I'm a bit confused about this here. What? Run shutdown. Shutdown. Menu shutdown. It doesn't pop immediately. How did this ever work? What? How did this ever work then? What? I'm so confused right now. How did this ever work then? Is this function ever called? Oh, we are the first ones who call it? No. No, we're not the first ones. Oh, we are the first ones. Right. We're the first ones here in reset. Aha. Pop all screens. We are the first ones who call shell resets. Oh, Jesus. Well. Pop. So how do we complete the update? Pop immediate. We need to call pop immediate. There we go. Pop immediate. Okay, I'm confused because I tested this before and it worked, and now it doesn't. Maybe my test was flawed. It's weird. That is extremely weird. Yeah. So, recreate UI. Okay, so the shell now still has one screen count, it claims. How is that possible? Maybe it's just a debugger showing garbage. Let me do pragma optimize off. And also let me stop debugging here and add the quick starts. Quick starts. There we go. Okay, that somehow didn't work. We didn't compile, or what happened? We didn't compile somehow. Weird. Okay, so let's test that thing. Screen count 1. All right, it has to be 1 because we just recreated. I'm stupid again, yeah. Of course. Okay, and now layout should be this guy. Oh, it's called differently. Menus, main menu. Not that. Get file name. Can we maybe... Looks like there's no function to say, is this string in there? Find. Menus. Oh. The shell actually knows about the main menu. Oh. Oh. It knows about it. Ha. 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 Ooh. Okay. I thought I wouldn't know about it. Should it know about the menu? It's kind of weird, isn't it? That it knows about menus. It knows about multiple menus. Jesus. Jesus, it knows about menus. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. That's such a hack, isn't it? Well, I mean, if it knows already about this shit, then might as well just put the show menu buttons in there. Yeah. Does it also know about the in-game UI? It doesn't know about the in-game UI, okay. But it knows about everything else. Yeah. I think it's really weird that the shell has knowledge about the menus. I think the shell should work. It should know about any data. It should just say, hey, give me the names. Give me from external, right? So it manages the menus, but it doesn't know about them. That would be my expectation on how this should work. Yeah, so I find it kind of weird, but maybe it's something in the future that we can move out that information, right? And then we just tell the shell from external, use this as a save load menu, and this as a pop-up. Yeah. I think this is fine for now. Yeah. I really don't like that the shell has knowledge about data. It should be driven from somewhere external that feeds the shell the data. Yeah. It's not great. It's not great. Okay, let's put a breakpoint again. Okay, so not solo options. Okay, so show main menu buttons. So this one should now compare, and it's not hidden. And skip and break. Fantastic. Oh wow, that actually looks wrong. Oh boy. Okay, so reset is not actually doing the thing we expect it to do. Okay, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, so the reset function doesn't do what it promises to do. Okay, what is it doing wrong then? Backgrounds. Yeah. Shell reset. Reset init. Scheme manager init. So I think we need to call new top. So reset is not the right thing to do here. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a shame. That's a shame. Good, then we will move the garbage back. Yeah. So we say delete the shell. Recreate the shell. Okay. But it would be nice if it was internal to the shell, this functionality, right? Yeah, it would be nice. Let's see if maybe we can. Maybe I don't know what the purpose of the reset function was, but maybe what we can do is. How about we That's also weird. What is this doing here? It's loading ini and then what? What happens? I'm so confused. Huh? How's this supposed to work? What? Ini load. Oh, seems to be a regular occurrence. Okay. Huh. 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 Oh, well, never mind then. Never mind. Reset the shell system to a clean state, just as though init had just been called and ready to reuse. Yeah. So it could be that the reset does what it promises, but it's not enough for what we need. We need to recreate all the other guys because the resolution has changed. What does the constructor do? Ah, the constructor already creates things. Backgrounds. Now, okay, so what we can do here is you can remove this condition and this condition. Then we can create a void shutdown. Void create the shutdown here. Then put the shutdown here. take this shutdown and put that here. And here we call shutdown. And then here we call not reset, but we call shutdown, and then init. Reinitialize the shell now. But I think this is not quite right either, because the init doesn't actually init all the things. There are some inits here. These two guys. Right? Options layout. What does this guy do on construction? Oof, it also creates things on construction. Yeah, this one doesn't do too much, yeah. Maybe it's fine to just allocate them on ini. We take these guys and we put it into init. It's a bit of a big change, I would say, for this purpose. I would like to keep it that way. Shell. Okay, so right now the shutdown and init, it won't work because we will not create two of the objects. So we could manually recreate them here, but that's also not so great. You can have an init2 function. That's not great either. can put the stuff in the constructor also into a new function, right? Shut down. So we have an init here, but we can have a shut down. Void init internal. Maybe. Create. Create. How about we say construct, deconstruct? There you go. Then we make it protected. Construct, deconstruct. Deconstruct. There we go. Then we create a construct. Put that here. Construct. Deconstruct, construct, deconstruct. Okay. So that behavior is unchanged. But now what that allows us to do is we can now call deconstructs, then constructs, and then init. And we don't need to call shell. Well, let's leave it for now. Yeah. Okay, let's test that. So this should work now. This should work. Yeah. So basically, we reconstruct everything except for the shell itself. The shell remains as is. Yeah. Everything else is reconstructed. Which is not that big of a change, but yeah. We create menu layouts. So, no. Options. So, there we go. Okay, so that works. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we can do that. Yeah. How about we tell it reconstruct the shell now. And then what we can do is we can remove all these here. Right. Oh no, are there any other calls to the shell in here? There are. This one is obsolete as well, right? Okay, get screen count. Okay. I think that works. Okay, let's see. Shell util still has garbage in it. Right, this one. Okay, pop immediate. Options menu, recreate UI. Recreate UI. Let's go to this. We'll recreate. We'll recreate the UI. Okay, move some of the codes from shell util into shell, and avoid deleting the shell. Okay. Okay. Then let me get the latest here. Rebase. Push. Good. Then we go here. I was wrong. When I tested, I did not update generals zh.exe. The shell resets function does not work. Does not do what we need, and is broken. It's broken on its own. The function does not do what we need. I did a refactor anyway and moved some of the code into the shell class. The only thing this now avoids is deleting the shell. The new function will now deconstruct and will now reconstruct. The shell from within. And using it breaks the menus on resolution change. I think it is meant to be used for, I think it was meant to be used for non-resolution change resets. I did a refactor anyway and moved some of the code into the shell class. The new function will now reconstruct the shell from within. I also improved the conditioning for the main menu button transition to only trigger it if the main menu is actually there and not hidden, which is always the case in the menu. But I'm already looking towards but would be relevant if we wanted the UI to recreate, if we wanted to recreate the UI in game. I think it was meant to be used for non-resolution change resets. The main menu is actually in the screen stack. And not hidden. I wanted to recreate the UI in-game where the main menu is hidden. Good. Okay, good. Then let's see what else we can look at here right now. Yes. Can fix them anyway. As far as I can see, it's only called from zone parameter class, which isn't called itself. Okay. But it's called, which isn't called itself. Okay, then it's not a fix. It's it's not really a fix, it's nothing. It's nothing, the code is unused, so I will remove fix, it's just minor. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It's not bugs, it's just fix wrong comparison expression, fix in fix wrong and unused fix wrong and unused comparison expression. Fix wrong. In unused operator. Oops. In unused operator. Fix wrong comparison expression in unused operator. I can remove that. Fix wrong comparison expression in unused. Yeah. So it's not really a fix. It's not a. Is it a? Maybe we can name it refactor. Um, I don't know. It's not a fix. It's not a refactor either. It's nothing. Okay. If this is unused code, okay. I have removed the fix label because it seems to be irrelevant. Relevant. It seems to be an irrelevant fix. I also clarified that in the title. In that case, you can approve it as well, right? Yeah. No. Okay. Oof. It's a particle cannon stuff. The fix that is supposed to solve the mismatch isn't solving all of the mismatches. Oh boy. Thanks. I will check this. Bummer. Good. Then good. I'll take a break here. Then I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.